See how this goes. Okay, we are live. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to goodness, season 1, episode 1 of The Ripple Effect, the brand new show. I'm so delighted to have you guys taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me and the rest of the viewership. It's been quite a while since I've been on StreamYard. Gotta mention Jessica Lee and I, we did host the Wade in the Water live show for we did like 22 episodes. We did every Wednesday night for 22 odd weeks. So it was pretty crazy. So shout out to my Instagram live on the phone on the side. I'm gonna stop this live so I can pay more attention to you guys. But what I did is I went live on Instagram to let the IG family know. Click the link in the bio to come here. So we're actually going to get right into it because, as you can imagine, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to do, and I want to make sure that we just have a conversation. I'm not trying to be an expert on here. I did mention on a live earlier. Hi, Chris. I gotta get you guys from Instagram over to whatever this is in StreamYard. Not is the audio okay? JD, it's been a while. It's been a while. We're doing a lot tonight. We got Instagram over here. We got like LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and something new I haven't seen before over here. I upgraded my StreamYard subscription to have 1080p, so we should be a little bit clearer. Instagram family, get over to the link and hit the link in the bio, in my bio, and join us on another platform. Thanks, JD. Good to know. Good to know. So if you have been around for a while and you check out hey Ash, and you check out my YouTube channel, which hasn't been very active lately. In the previous iteration of the show, the Wade in the Water live show, we did cover weather already, but we didn't have hey John, we didn't have a like an active storm. So last week Tuesday, I went live in my car and was just like, hey, you guys, prepare. Time goes by quickly, and boom, here we are. Hey, Ash, hit the link in the bio so you can get over to the proper live because I'm sharing my screen and stuff. Hey, Neil, welcome back. Shout out to Neil. Neil, I went live again today just to give you an opportunity to sort of know what I'm getting up to tonight. Give you guys more of a heads up. And hi, Teresa. And Neil was at work and jumped on the live. Thank you so much, Neil. That was awesome. It was great. And shout out to Chris. Thank you so much for jumping on as well. I just got home about 45 minutes ago, so I kind of landed right in the chair and thought, okay, let me just stand everything up. I've done this before. So we're gonna, StreamYard is new. And that's a great thing. It's got some new features. And again, I upgraded my subscription so that I get access to a little bit more stuff. This webinar feature is actually quite new. But Teresa, John, JD, the floor is open. Again, we're having a conversation about, how we're all preparing and our past experiences and some best practices. So I need a soundboard so I can do like air horns. Goodness. So IG family, hit the link in my bio to get over to the StreamYard link. The quality is better, and I'm sharing my screen. We're gonna get into it right now. I've got all the tabs queued up. Here we go. Let's see how this works. I'm presenting some stuff. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm not a meteorologist. Shout out to Dr. Mark Richard. I'm not Mark. I'm just a Bermudian from St. George's that has some experience dealing with storms, going back as far as Hurricane Emily. Recently has Humberto, Faye, Gonzalo. All of them. So let's see. I'm going to click this thing, and we're going to start off with this guy right here. Okay, let's get into it. So being aware of what's going on is probably the biggest thing. You'll hear all of your friends and family, everyone becomes a meteorologist whenever there's an active storm near Bermuda. And I think the best thing that you can do is just be as aware and as current as you can be, using the most reliable and credible creditable. I need to credible. Ashley, is that credible? Creditable? I'm adding a syllable in there. I'm learning Tagalog, and my French is coming back, and I'm working on some Indonesian and Thai. So I'm all over the place. Let's get back. So credible sources of information. So you see I've got the tabs up. So those of you that have great vision, you see along the top of the screen some tabs that I preempted, ready to go. So let's talk about it. Let me just turn this way a little bit. Hey, Cherish. So the link in my bio will take you over to the StreamYard Live, guys. Steph, good to see you. I got the live show going through StreamYard, simulcasting to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, but it's in the link in the bio. Link in bio, Instagram. Hit the link in the bio and join the live show. Right. The National Hurricane Center. This is what we're dealing with right now. Advisories. So we've got. I didn't know about this 11 storm. So that's new. So we got Tropical Depression 11, Hurricane Franklin, and a Hurricane Adala, which is hitting the Florida Panhandle. So our friends and family over there, our thoughts are with them as they deal with that. But we're gonna focus in on Franklin. So what we're gonna do is what I did. Let me rewind. That's the URL. I hit Hurricane Franklin, and then what I want to look for here is, because I've got it all broken down, is the public advisory. So this is what we're dealing with. So this is all, again, I've said it on previous lives: science, technology, engineering, math, and modeling, in order to predict what nature is potentially going to do. So, I think, like, for me, this I can easily interpret this, but some of you may have a bit of trouble, kind of like, what is this? Well, different tools present information in different ways. So if you're not used to how this is being displayed, that's cool. There are other tools that have it in a more intuitive way that might work better for you. But this is pretty much saying that Wednesday is just gonna not be a good day. Let's kind of go. What can I pick out of this while I got you guys here? So yeah, we're gonna just breeze past this. That's not really what I was looking for. Forecast discussion, is this it? Yeah, this has a little bit more vibes here. Core information, the location, maximum sustained winds, 125 miles per hour. That's a lot. Movement is northeast at 12 miles per hour, so it is faster than I remember. It was moving around 9 miles per hour the last I checked. But then, you got to watch out. Maybe some people give it in knots. Some people give it in miles per hour. Some people will give it in kilometers. So you have to kind of be mindful that the number you see might be measured differently. But yeah, that's pretty powerful. What do they have down here? Okay. Tropical depression, tropical storm, hurricane, major hurricane. Wind speed greater than 110. So this is an M. JD, how you making out? Hey, Brittany. Yeah, we're gonna stay safe. Bermuda, we are a very resilient country. We are ready. And what I wanna do is just say, like, I think Franklin, and this is with my fingers and toes crossed, does go to our west and then north and then around us and then goes off just like this has. It's really the other storms, and honestly, I was talking to some of my colleagues earlier. It's this Idalia that is bringing a little bit more worry. But we're gonna keep it moving. So I'm gonna close that tab down so there's less clutter. This is weather.bm. So I believe most people will use weather.bm more than anything else, just because of the way that they set up the way they present it. Hey, Shadela, nice to see you. Better to see you in person, but great to see you on the live. I am working tonight on that night shift. Keep that safe watch. So, JD, what I should be able to do, I remember Jessica used to do this for me, is bring the comments up on the screen, and I can't seem to do that right now. I do not know why. But shout out to JD Simons. JD works at the Coast Guard. He says, I'm at work tonight on that night shift. Keep that safe watch. Okay. Yeah. And again, Instagram, gotta hit the link in my bio to get over to the real deal. I'm sharing my screen and whatnot on StreamYard, so I'd love to have you guys over there. Getting you guys from one platform to the next can be tricky, but it should be like X, link in bio, and you're in. Okay, Bermuda Weather Service, weather.bm. This is what we're looking at. So it says a tropical storm warning is in effect for Bermuda as Hurricane Franklin remains a potential threat and brings a spell of tropical storm force winds, especially across the northern marine area tomorrow. Over the next day or so, Franklin will track to our west and then north before racing away northeast. So this last sentence is really the thing, right? So if you're looking at the wind speeds, you're like, it's not a big deal. The wind speed's not that bad. It's really the swells and rip currents that really aren't good. And Rico, thanks for joining the live. Let me know how the audio and video looks. Shout out to Tele Bermuda National for the phenomenal bandwidth. Shout out to the supporters and all you guys that are deciding to hang out with me tonight. I might do this again tomorrow. We'll see if I've got power and internet. Maybe I'll make it work. We'll see. I'm still live on Instagram, so that's pretty dope. Just got 7 people over there, and then I got a couple of you over here. That's great. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for your, just for your attention, right? Hopefully you get something out of this. So this the swells, and what I'm gonna do now is go into. This has been the same for a really, really long time. I just think this site could be a bit modernized, but as long as it works, I'm kind of happy. So I'm not complaining. Detail public. So tropical storm warning is in effect. Let's look at Wednesday. So like clear skies, high UV index, some sunny breaks, risk of a few showers. Yeah, gust to gale force, just breezy. But it's weird because it looks like we're gonna have a bit of wind, bit of sun, high UV index. So you gotta have your sunblock on, even though you're in like a storm. But this looks actually quite good. Let me center this camera right here. Turn this a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm got Instagram up as well. Just thought I'd stay up. Link in bio. Get over to the other live. So this is like, okay, cool. We're looking at a maximum temperature of 88.3 degrees. That's hot. That's why my ACs have been running at home a lot. That's why my Belco bill has been. It's. I don't even want to tell you guys what my Belco bill was. Yeah. Let's get back. Minimum 81, so it's hot. This is like Bermuda summer. Summer ends September 23rd, but it looks like for the next 3 weeks we're gonna have some heat. But I don't really look at this too much, to be honest with you guys. This public forecast bit, I just tend not to really go for that. I kind of glance this, and as somebody that spends most of his time on the water, I tend to go to the marine. This is what I want to see. So this is where I normally come. If I go to weather.bm, I go to the marine forecast because this is what I'm more concerned about: wind speed, wind direction, and then the seas inside the reef, outside the reef. Right, that's what that means. Seas south southeast. So tonight, so like blowing into John Smith's Bay, you guys, it's 18 to 24 knots, which isn't bad. It's not bad. But then overnight, things do pick up. And whenever we see these little lines with all these, that's not good. This means we're not diving. This means, maybe the kiteboarders will be out. I don't know. But with the stuff I do, we are not getting in the water. We might go north, though. There's always a lee, and, we guys might end up going north. But it depends. You got to, be safe. And when I say go north, I don't mean go somewhere dangerous. I'm a safety first guy. I've been involved with a lot, and I won't tell those stories, but I always put safety first. But what I'm interpreting from this image, or this data, is we're gonna get 45 knot gusts throughout Wednesday, which to me it's, and JD help me out here, but really winter storm. It's good news because Franklin is, as far as I know, a category 4 or so, and it's losing speed. But either way, if it tapped a little bit to the right, it would be a little bit different. Rico, we're gonna look at the radar right now. And Shadela and Brittany and Ashley and Michael and Teresa. Hey JD, hey. Oh, JD, I want to put your comment up on the screen so people can see it, but I can't break. Oh, wait a minute. JD Simons, kiteboarders where? Well, shout out to my kiteboarding family. I mean, we know some of those guys, and when the wind is blowing into shore, I'll be at Elbow Beach tomorrow, and yeah. So, Rico, what does the radar look like? I just came back. So I did go to stop by Warwick Long Bay on my way home, and I shot some video that I was going to share with you guys, but it's not anything too like exciting. The moon's full and the colors were beautiful, but um I was like, oh, it's just a little bit choppy. So yeah. All right. And hey, Shadela, I don't even know if you're still on the live, but I hope you are. And check it out. You got you did your Hartley's helmet diving. I got some people coming, Marina. They want to try that. I've done it once. Shout out to Greg Hartley. He's a character, like we all are. And again, I just want to back up. Hey, from Michael from Argus. Yep. I worked at Argus for quite a while and was made redundant. And here I am talking to you guys. That's hot. 84 degrees is pretty warm. What we're gonna do is Enrico kind of queued it up. So this is where I come first on my phone, on a computer, boom, weather.bm, the Bermuda Marine forecast. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep dive. This is important. Sea surface temperature for me is important. And then the tides are important. It's nice to kind of know when there's high and when there's low. So we're gonna look and see today's the 29th. So we got low, high, low, high. That's high. That's today. Tomorrow. Let's look at tomorrow. So high tide is at 8:32 in the morning. Okay. And then it's again at night. So yeah, it's just nice to know the tide tables and they're printed. You can go previous month, next month. So as a diver, what I tend to do, not all the time, but most of the time, if I'm shore diving or boat diving and I have control over the diving, I want to dive during an incoming tide. So that's why I tend to come here quite a lot, because I want to know, okay, cool. Let's say tomorrow, if it was a diveable day, I would say, all right, Wicket, it's incoming, it's here, then it's outgoing, right? So I'd want to try to, if we do an afternoon dive, it'll be an outgoing tide. So I'd say like, nah, let's not dive. No, I'd still dive, but it's just I know that the chances are it's the water that's been sitting on the platform filtering off the platform back into the deep ocean versus the opposite, where you have the clean, clear water coming up from the abyss onto the platform. That's the theory. Let's go back. So it's a lot more stuff here that you are able to kind of do a deeper dive into, but I tend not to really poke around. But since we're only live, since we're talking about it, and we're 16 minutes in, let's see what they. Radar graphics, radar. Let's go with the 250 kilometer. There we go, as long as it works, which it does. Let's go down. So this is the live Doppler radar. I think it's Doppler. JD, correct me if I'm wrong. So we got cloud that's moving southwesterly-ish. I said that, but then I look. Hold on. Yeah, so we see Bermuda. I'm going to zoom in. Let me zoom in. That's not doing what I wanted to do. Hold on. Well, you guys can see it, right? So that's Bermuda in the south basin of this crater of a very extinct volcano. And then you see these two little circles off to the southwest. That's Challenger Bank and Argus Bank. Those, if the sea level was a little lower, would be little islands. But the sea level is where it is. And the tops of those islands is 80 to 100 feet plus underwater. So we find fishermen will get out to these banks to fish because there's a groundswell of nutrients from the bottom of the ocean that just pushes up. And so you get all kinds of really cool things feeding on those two bits. But these are not islands to our southwest. They are seamounts that are submerged. And then that's Bermuda, the mainland, that little fish hook shape. Why can't I zoom in on that? That is kind of not what I want to present. But the platform is that outlined area. So, I mean, like I mentioned before, let's say the sea level was 100 feet lower than it is now. Bermuda would likely be this entire landmass, not just this tiny fishhook shaped little archipelago, which is actually over 100 islands and islets connected by bridges and causeways. That's what makes Bermuda Bermuda. No, I'm like not happy this isn't doing what I wanted to do, but that's fine. That's fine. You get it. So this is where I come the most. I'm going to just close that. No, I rarely click this one, but yeah, this is kind of what I was looking for. Just a slightly more detailed vibe. There we go. We got the West End, the East End, our platform, and then you get into the deep water, and then we've got this business coming over. So it's probably, got some rain or whatever over there. Now, what's pretty amazing is Bermuda, as small as it is, it could be raining in St. George's and be super sunny in Dockyard. You'd never know it was raining until my grandmother would call and say, "Hey, you got your windows up?" And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Well, it's been raining all day." I'm like, "Well, I'm in Pembroke, in the middle of the island. It hasn't rained all day. I don't even know what you're talking about." Um, so it's pretty cool to be able to, this thing I don't use much. This kind of looks nice. It's kind of colorful. It's pastels. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, look at that. Okay, it's got some no, JD. I don't think I've seen this before. How come you didn't tell me about this? So we're learning together. See, I didn't know this had the fingers doing all that business. So you got there's something at Dockyard, something in the plat, and then something at the airport. This is cool. JD, what is this? Well, that's what's that in the ocean doing that monitoring? That's pretty wicked. I didn't know this was a thing. That's cool. I like this better than the other stuff. Because now you check it, like the tools are showing similar but not identical wind direction and speed. Maybe this one is up a little higher elevation wise, so it's catching a little bit more breeze. But this one's out in the abyss. That's like 5 nautical miles out. North Rock is 10. I don't know. Check that out. I'm gonna check that out. JD, help me out. Hold on. Crescent, Cross Island, and Airport. So Crescent, Cross Island. Thanks, JD. Let's bring this up. So JD, shout out to JD. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Crescent, Cross Island, and Airport. So there's some type of a wind tool out here. I've been on her many times. I haven't seen anything, but then you know, if you're not looking for it, you don't find it. But this is pretty cool. This is really cool. So I have this display up in my living room that's got the radar, Wind Guru, Windy, and the detailed thing. It's called a photorealistic electronic display. And I might switch something out and put this up because I really, really like this a lot. What's this ring though, JD? What you got this ring? Is it like a no-fly zone type of thing? I don't know what that ring's all about. Maybe I should do my engine drivers course on my wind wind vanes. Okay, yeah, a little wind vane thing. Right. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Teresa, you still with me? Okay, let's get back. Let's get back. So that's sort of what the weather.bm provides. So that's another great tool to have. The radar works great as well. And then knowing the tides is pretty dope as well. We're going into Wind Guru. Oh my dear. Whenever I send anyone a screenshot or a link to Wind Guru, people lose their minds. They're like, Weldon, yes, I should be live on YouTube, Rico, but I haven't checked it out. I haven't checked it out. StreamYard says it is. I don't even know where it's going. So it's on Facebook and the StreamYard thing, and it says YouTube, but I'm not sure. We're building it while we fly, I'd say. Cause what you saying? Shout out to Vita. This is my almost cousin Vita Nadine Wade. Vita is an ocean hero. Vita was with me last summer. We didn't hang out nearly as much as I thought we would because she was here to work. I said, sis, you should have come for an extra week to hang out. But Vita, I'm super proud of you. I can't wait to see you again and hear more about your work with the deep cameras and the bruvs and all that other cool stuff. Let's get back. Wind Guru is something I use daily. I would say 4 times a day, I probably look at Wind Guru. And what we don't want to see as boat captains, divers, seafarers, my crew, we don't want to see a screen that looks like a bag of Skittles. This looks like a bag of Skittles, which means that this is not okay. But it's not bad. Why? because we aren't breaking 50 miles per hour wind speeds, which is phenomenal news. So I'm just going to go over this real quick. So you check it out. Just don't let this intimidate you. I love the details, and the devil's in the detail. And you can switch up. Look at this. When you find Bermuda, like that's the link right there. Look, if you're like, I don't like miles per hour, change it up. Change it up. Switch it up. Easy peasy. Let's go miles. Let's go kilometers. Oh no, let's not do kilometers. Let's do miles per hour. Wind direction. Wave. If you don't like feet, go to meters. If you don't like meters, go to feet. If you don't like Fahrenheit, go to Celsius. But we do Fahrenheit out there. So right now it is 9:24. So let's kind of play around with this. This says 22 miles per hour. Let's see what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we're in that 21 hour. And for my Instagram people that I almost forgot about, the live is happening in the link in the bio. I'm gonna stop the Instagram live. And thank you so much for being on IG Live. But you got to go over to hit the link in my bio to get to the real deal. I'm sharing my screen on YouTube and some other stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it seems to be working. Huh? Dwayne, Casal, John, how's you doing? Okay, I'll send them over. So let's take a pause. Roseanne, Keebles, this is very interesting. I'm traveling to Bermuda next week. Okay, let's pause, family, and look at next week. Next week ain't that bad. Next week, so look, next week isn't. So I was looking at the wind speed because that's what's important to me. I wasn't looking down her yet. Now I'm looking down her and I'm thinking, oh, that's a lot of cloud and rain. We're not gonna have too much sun Monday and Tuesday of next week, but we will be in September. And shout out to the bank. They're gonna be hitting a mortgage payment and then Belco and then man. So Bermuda is the most expensive place on the planet to live. And this time of the month it kind of gets a little painful, but as the price to pay, to be out there. Let's look at tonight. 24, goes to 29. That's our wind direction. If you hover over it, southeast, don't worry about the degree thing. Waves, 8-foot wave period, wave direction. Now you notice the wave direction is this way, the wind direction is that way. That's important. The temperature, I believe this is sea temperature. And then we've got these 3 levels of cloud cover. Okay, I'm going to bring that up in a second, JD. Thank you for that. I know. Look, the long range forecast is not ideal. And then there's different models. It's all, because look at this. You got all these different models. It's like, this is where it gets, it gets intimidating because you're like, well, what model do I use? Well, this is science, technology, engineering, math, modeling, right? So we're going to see some different models when we go to the next tab, right? But this is this particular model. Now, JD, what model do you find in the short range is the best model? Some would say NAM. Some would say GFS. Some would say Icon. Again, you have to interpret, but the longer you go out. Now, you see what I did? This is so let's do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I went a little far, but not too far. But what JD's trying to say, and I agree, is when you start looking down her, like 2 weeks out, more than 10 days out, you got to be really careful because again, this is nature and that's using modeling, and that's a little bit too far ahead. So for tonight, we're pretty groovy, but have a look at Friday. I'm gonna speed past Franklin and we're just gonna go to Friday because here you see, the wind drops out, still out of the southwest. Wave directions out of the west, hard west. Wave period, that's intense. But then we've got cloud, rain. And the reason I came over is because I wanted to dive into this gray purple business. Now, again, this is the tides, and I believe this Wind Guru rating is a sign of accuracy. Let's go down real quick. Icon, I don't use much, but this is saying like 8.8 millimeters. Gosh. I tend to come on her, JD, to the Icon sometimes. To the NAM, sorry. But what we can tell using all these different models is that the wind speed for Franklin doesn't break. Um, Switch this up a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't break 50 miles an hour, which I think is nice. Um, we're gonna move on from this particular tool, and I'm gonna bring this up. So JD says, "Got to be careful. Anything outside of a week on Wind Guru is a little inaccurate. I think for most things, especially windy that we're gonna get into, they can kind of really go down the line, and you're like, well, it gets a little wobbly. I mean, one point I remember looking at the forecast, and they had a hurricane that took up the entire Atlantic basin. I was like, wow, okay, that's the apocalypse. Let me pack my bug out bag and get ready because this is going to be nuts. And for those that are into survival and stuff like that, the term bug out bag should not be new to you. But if you've never heard that term before, what happens in the event of a imminent storm or catastrophe, you want to have a dry bag, a backpack that's waterproof, and in that bag you pretty much put everything that you need to bug out. I remember packing a bug out bag during a couple of storms, and it's like you put your passport, your birth certificates, your cash, all of the important stuff, because we thought we were going to lose the roof. So you want to have a bug out bag that's ready to go, which I have not packed for this particular storm, because we're not breaking numbers that have me too concerned. Again, when the Bermuda government closes their offices and the banks close, and you get closures on that level, then it's like, oh, okay, cool. What you got here, Hannah? Hey, Weldon and GD, you guys have an expert opinions on if I'll be able to hold the sandcastle competition Saturday. Pick the model that brings me sun. All right, Hannah, we're gonna do. We're having a conversation. No, Saturday does not look good. It's not funny, but I was hopeful, and this is like, nah. Sorry, Hannah. I didn't mean to laugh. I was so hopeful. Um, Hannah Emerson is the lead organizer and rock star and lead creative of the Bermuda Sandcastle competition. And for you guys that are hanging out with me on the live tonight, I do have some giveaways that I forgot to mention earlier. Where are they? I'm giving away 4 $10 tabs, little of these gift certificates. They're really cool because they're small. They can fit in your wallet. So I'm giving some of those away. And speaking of Hannah, what I will do, give me a second. I'm gonna give away. Hold on, Hannah. Hold on. This is relevant. Where are they? They're back here somewhere. I'm giving away some of Hannah's stamps. They're not far, Hannah. I'll find them. Don't worry. Told you I'll find them. I'm organized out there. So these are first day covers of Hannah's sand sculptures. Shout out to the lionfish there. Little shipwreck. So someone will be getting this. I remember I met Hannah at the post office. I grabbed about 10 of these. I had her sign a bunch. So I'm not giving away a signed one. But somebody tonight will get this first day cover. Hopefully you're into stamps if you win this, because this is quite valuable. And it'll increase in value over time. So Hannah, I'm giving one of these away tonight. I don't quite know how, but I'm giving it away. And if you want to win something, Instagram folk, either first day cover of the Sandcastle stamps or one of 4 $10 gift certificates from Tabs, you got to hit the link in the bio and get over to the other feed. So let's get back. I'm giving away a water bottle as well. Yeah, Hannah, what you talking about? Yes, I have many. JD, help. Saturday be looking like a little sprinkle and quite a bit of overcast, always subject to change. Yeah, I would still go ahead with the sandcastle competition, Hannah. Sun is not super likely. I mean, it's not going to be dark, but I think it'll make for a comfortable competition. if everyone's under their 10 by 10 pop-up tents and it is overcast with a little drizzle, at least you don't have people being tended to by St. John's ambulance because it's 90 degrees underneath those tents. So I think that for all intents and purposes, it'll probably end up being a better day. If it was 0 to 5, no wind, vivid sun, I think it would be dope, but it's hot. You know what I mean? So we got, yeah, it's still doable. Now it is out of the east. Let's do this together. So we're looking at easterly 20. So it's not a good boating day if you want to go east. It's probably fine if you want to go west. Again, in the league, like maybe what, JD, Rag Hill, stay close. Maybe Pompano, stay close. Once you get Rondy Way, but stay close. But whenever I see anything over 20 knots, 22 knots, I got a little bit hairy. Now, for those of you in the room, JD does represent the Bermuda Coast Guard Service, so he knows what he's talking about. Let's get out of Wingaroo. We're already 36 minutes into the live. We're moving on to Windy. Now, you're going to notice right away, things don't look very nice. I have the premium subscription because what Windy started to do was, to make you pay for it, they would make the background go funny. So if this is something that you really want or need, get the premium version. I mean, it was free for such a long time. But this is Windy at windy.com. I remember it was Windy with two Y's at one point. Remember, JD, when it first came out, they didn't own windy.com. It was like Windy T or something like that. But here we are, 2023, and this is Windy. So we have Franklin, and then we have the I can't remember the name. Idola. So that's gonna be touching the Florida Panhandle like it's doing it now. And then let me. So these, remember we talked about the models. So we've got these three models. It tends to start off with this one by default. And then I like to go with GFS and then Icon, and each model has its own sort of pros and cons. We can see Icon right away. It's a shorter window. GFS is a much longer window. And this is a slightly shorter window. But let's go with GFS just for giggles. This tool does a lot, but for the purposes of what I use it for, I don't dabble too much into the other things. Now, JD, if there's something that you see that I'm missing that I should toggle, let me know. Rain and thunder. Oh no. Let's just do wind. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's just do wind. Let's stay. So down the bottom here, you've got this timeline, which you kind of can't see because my head's in the way. How do I get that out of the way? That's not what I want. Yeah, this is a little bit better. My head's not anyway. So you've got this. Now, if you don't want to pay for it, that's fine. But the background will kind of change as you kind of dabble into it. But what we're gonna do together is push. 1 second, you guys. If you are on my Instagram live, please hit the link in my bio to shoot over to the actual live stream. I'm showing my screen and some weather tools for the Ripple Effect Season 1, Episode 1 show entitled The Calm Before the Storm. Thank you, guys. All right. So watch when I push play, the timeline is going to advance and things are going to move and things are going to happen. Let's zoom in a little bit real quick right there. Let's do it. You ready, JD? Ready, Hannah? We're going to play. And cousin Vita, almost cousin. John, are you still on the live? I can't tell who's on the live or not. Oh, wait a minute. So we've got 7 people on the Facebook, 2 people on the YouTube, and then there's 3 people native in the StreamYard webinar that I don't even know what. I don't know how that works, but either way, we're going to press play. Here we go. And this is going to advance. You're going to see the time advance, the day advance, and this thing is going to slide to the right. And then the animation is going to kick in. Hey, John, we're going to do it. I thought I did it. Oh, wait. So Franklin is going north, but the other storm is doing something I thought it was doing something else. Because you gotta kind of, be mindful of the whole situation. Oh wow, Florida, jeez, Georgia. Uh, I think we're okay. We're okay with Franklin. Um, but it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. But this is where I start to worry, guys. JD, you with me? So this is Thursday at noon. What is that storm on the left gonna do here? Again, all predictive modeling. It's reforming Friday. Is she gonna stay north though? Friday or approaching noon. JD. JD. Saturday. Huh. This is what I bumped into David Durham Sr. and he said the other storm moves slow. I didn't know what he was talking about. Now I know what he's talking about. So now we're into Sunday. Okay. Okay. Let's stop that. Let's go to null. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong screen. Sorry, you guys. Let's go to null. What's this? What's this? JD, what's this? Where does this come from? HRRR. When did that appear? Oh, ha! We got 5 models. I did not know that. Okay. Let's go to a different model. No, I just got a little bamboozled because I didn't know about those other ones. John, what model did we just run? Let's run GFS from here. So I mean, from this point, Franklin is kind of out of the way there, but we've got the remnants of that other storm that comes off the East Coast. Let's just stop this real quick. So that thing's over there. This is null. This is null. It's in the Gulf based on this model. Franklin's to our west, goes north. This other storm hits the East Coast. Well, the Gulf, you know what I mean. Goes into Georgia. And then, like, wow. And then it just maintains, based on the models, it maintains its integrity, its structure. Again, based on the models. But then what happens? This thing is saying it like turns into something pretty yucky. And then comes back and comes into the Atlantic now and goes and does stuff. But like JD said, and I agreed, like the further you go ahead, this is all very speculative. Icon. Ugh. JD, what's that? Well, that's why we're having this conversation. I just got real tired. I don't know why. I just got really, really sleepy because I'm thinking like, is Franklin just a warm up for this next guy that's coming along? That I don't like. What is this? What is this? What is that? John, it's not. I don't know, John. What do you think? Let's go back to GFS. Let's zoom out. Let's have a look at the world. We're not the only ones out here dealing with stuff. Who else is dealing with stuff? Oh yeah, that whatever that is. Oh, that's not fun. What are they dealing with? Where is it? Oh, Philippines, right. I got a friend in Cebu City and Pasay City. Sige muna na ako. Maganda ka. Okay. Okay. So JD says, with Franklin pulling so much energy that the next system should die by time. Yeah. I'd hope so. I mean, it's the temperature and stuff like that. What we're gonna do, we've done enough Wind Guru. We've done enough of that. I'm gonna switch it up. Go like that. Yeah. And let's have a look at the local media. Let's stop looking at these swirling masses of wind. But like, I'm gonna check out these models because I didn't even know these existed, to be honest. Um, let's go over to the local news. We are at burnnews.com. And hello. So Instagram, the live show is the link in my bio. So if you want to jump on the live show, please do so. But that's how you get to it. Amanda Jane. Who's this? Link in the bio to get on the live show. I'm giving away some stuff. Right. So when we start seeing stuff like this, yeah, we know that things are gonna, be interesting. It's just breezy. So this first article, let's refresh this just to make sure it's current. So yep, airlines, the evening news, and then the ministry updates on Hurricane Franklin. Let's see what this article says. Let's just breeze it. Yep, we've seen this before. Got the cone. Northwestern was 10 and 6. That's a full day almost. The storm is not expected to bring significant rainfall. So based on what I read earlier, yeah, it's like not that much rain. Safety during the passage of the storm is key. I did travel South Shore to come home, and they do have the surge warnings up on along the roadside where the beaches are, just to encourage people to not go swimming off the South Shore right now. Let's hit this last little piece. So Franklin's current position is approximately 287 nautical miles west southwest of Bermuda, moving north northeast at 10 knots. The storm has a maximum winds of 115 knots, gusting to 135 knots. So we're talking like this is very nautical, right? Like nautical miles and knots. We go over to Wind Guru, we want to go knots. We want to go, yeah, knots. Because that's kind of, I tend to work in knots, but people kind of get a little bit like, what's a knot? And it turns into a thing. Oh, I'm kilometers. Oh, I'm miles per hour. Then it's like, all right, cool. I don't know why we don't just settle on one. That's never going to happen. I don't even know what this BFT is. B feet. That's interesting. somebody was talking about like Kelvin, measuring temperature in Kelvin and stone. I'm like, where are you from? What are you talking about? What century were you born? Like, Kelvin? What is that? I'm kidding. So this is an article. Nobody commented on it. It's just a standard release, which is fine. Let's go back and we'll talk about. I think that's it. Like in terms of the storm, not a whole lot of like stormy business. New art mural. Yeah, I checked out this mural. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Ordinary. Okay, cool. Next tab. This is the Royal Gazette, written by Jonathan Bell. Got a pretty gnarly looking image. There's Bermuda there. There's Franklin. Let's just go through these images. We've seen that before. This is on the Bermuda government's Instagram page. So this is quite stick with knots. Let's put that up. Hold on. This is relevant. Thank you so much for joining the live. BFT is just another way to measure wind speed. It means Beaufort Wind Force Scale. So I've heard that before. I've just never seen it shortened. So that is cool. Let's go back. Wow. Again, I'm learning different languages, and it's just amazing how, the same thing can be said or done differently. It's pretty interesting. So Nakora, you would say the wind tonight is 5 BFT with gusts of 6 BFT. Like that's how you'd say that? That's so cool. Like I don't know how you'd say it, like I agree we should stick with knots. Okay. Knots it is. Hey, Food Mama. I'm doing a live show on YouTube and Facebook and StreamYard. So I just encourage you, if you do want to jump on the real live where I'm sharing my screens and stuff, the link is in my bio. Good to see you, Carla. Everything is okay. Things are well. It's good to see you. All right. So look, this I'm gonna have to work on that. This is funny. I've never heard someone use it in a sentence, so your guess is as good as mine. That's funny. So what I'm gonna do when I'm back at the Bermuda Institute of Ocean Sciences amongst some of my colleagues down there, I'm gonna say, yeah. So so it was Tuesday night, and with a wind speed of 6 BFT, I think. Sorry. I don't think that was very nice. With all due respect, I won't do that. I won't. Oh. I don't know why I did that voice. I'm sorry. I just feel that anybody that understands that would definitely be a distinguished person, very much so. Pinkies up kind of levels, right? Because I speak in Kelvin and Stone and BFT. That's so funny. Sorry, you guys. It's been a long day. Been up since 5. Yeah, Hannah, sorry. I hope I didn't offend anybody at BIOS. Shout out to BIOS. You guys are awesome. Shout out to all my scientists. I'm not a scientist, but I play one on TV. Let's get back. That's not the view I want. Why does it do that all the time? Here we go. So let's look at this real quick. We're 52 minutes in. I want to get off this at the top of the hour, so I've got about 6 minutes or so. So make any repairs around your home, trim your trees, review your family plans, take stock of all medical prescriptions that your family require. So this is all dope. My list, which I want to share another time, is a little bit more like it's a little better. But what I want to do right now is talk about these solar generators. So I'm going to be a little bit speedy because I kind of wasted a bit of time. This is a Go Zero solar generator. This will give you 497 watt hours, and I believe this is a lipo battery. It could be lithium. But the reason why I have this other tab up is because the solar generator that I'm looking to invest in next is going to be an EcoFlow River Series portable generator. Most likely the River 2 Pro portable power station, which gives us just around 800 watts. Sorry, 768 watt hours of capacity. And this is the LiPo lithium iron phosphate batteries. So it's not AGM lead acid, which means it's lighter, and it's not lithium. It doesn't have all those metals in it that's, brings a lot of conflict. This is what I'm going to do, though. This is what's going to happen. I have a Goal Zero Yeti 400 AGM lead acid unit. She's heavy, but it's a brand new battery that I got. So she works just like new, but it's heavy. Gosh. So this is, I'm trust because I'm on 2 lives. I'm gonna end the Instagram live. Hold on. Just end that. Okay. No, I'm not as distracted. So this is my Goal Zero Yeti 400 solar generator. Inside of it is a brand new AGM lead acid battery, which makes it pretty heavy. But it's brand new, and I get 400 watt hours out of this guy. I don't want to hold it up, but I've got the two. So it's got pretty much, it turns a car battery, uses a converter and makes it alternating current. So DC to AC. I've got the 2 plugs there on the front to plug in pretty much anything. And then I got the USB ports, a cigarette lighter, and then the input jack. I also have a pair of solar panels. It's 6 small panels in this portable, so I can fold them out and convert sun energy into energy to recharge the battery. Very cool to have. I grew up around having gas and diesel generators, which are noisy but powerful. Now that the battery technology has evolved, particularly with the new lipo batteries, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I think this new one, if I could be wrong, it's 17 pounds, 7.8 kilograms. It's super light. It's got way more capacity than the one that's in my lap, and it's just better technology. This thing, it's at least 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, so it still works, and the controller's fine. Now, here's the thing with this particular unit. It's got these Anderson expansion ports on the side. So what I have is 2 other batteries that I jack into the side of this to triple the battery capacity. I don't always need that if I want to DJ at a beach party, or I don't know, have power on the go even in my car. I can have this in the back, put the panels on top to top it up, and then I'm kind of doing whatever, which works out really, really well. But at home, if I need to triple the capacity for whatever reason, I can just jack in these 2 other batteries that are actually bigger batteries, 12 volt, but bigger batteries to have more capacity, which is great. The EcoFlow can do that as well. And I'm looking at wind. So this is all part of a much bigger story that I won't get into right now, but I had the opportunity to invest in solar for my house. But instead of calling one of those local solar providers and just getting an array installed, I wanted to understand energy first. So I had to go back to, my work academy days with Mr. Vine, and really think about okay, watts, amps, volts, and how all that works, and really learning how to interpret my Belco bill, understanding the fuel adjustment costs, understanding how much kilowatt hours, understanding how solar works, and just kind of approaching it with a better understanding. And I'm almost there. And I ended up actually doing a DIY install, because it doesn't really seem like it's all that complicated with YouTube and all the free information out there. The hardest part is probably getting the right stuff the first time. And that's kind of how things go in most things. What you start off with, you learn from experience. You're like, yeah, I shouldn't have got those panels. Those have a low efficiency rate, but they were cheap. And then you learn over time, okay, let me get the double-sided panels, or the high efficiency panels, because you want to get as much out of those panels as you can. Speaking of which, solar panels on my roof will be pretty fantastic when it's a sunny day, but once the clouds roll in or it's nighttime, I'm not bringing in any energy. I'm looking also, I mean, you can tell just based on what I've just showed you, I have a solar generator. It's a battery, right? I have three. So I have not, I wouldn't call it a power wall, but I can power stuff at night because I have battery backup. So what I really want is this in a bigger, I still have this up. Sorry about that, guys. I still have this up because the step up from the river would be a delta. So yeah, it's going a bit bigger. It's heavier. I want to bring the Delta 2 Max in like on a container, and I think it's like $3,000. Hold on to your hats, you guys. It's not a cheap piece of kit. Um, come on. I mean, that's a lot of power. Why is this so slow? Buy. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, this is what I was looking at because I'd want to get the extra battery, which kind of stacks like that. So yeah, I mean, add shipping and duty, and you're looking at quite a significant investment. And then you want to add on some panels. So it tends to be a bit of a thing. However, they do go the full Monty, right? Like you get the whole kit. Like, what do you want to do? What are your goals? Do you want 2, 5, 10, 15 kilowatt hour? What do you want to do? So that's pretty intense. Um, and here we are. We are at the end of the 1 hour live. I didn't really set a time limit, but I also thought an hour would be fair. Thank you to everyone who decided to join. Um, I don't know exactly how to give away these cards, but certainly I can do this very quick and very easy and very seamlessly by saying that Hannah, JD, and John, and who else had and cousin Vita, you all get these cards. We'll figure out how to work that out. I think you can even use this online. I'll let Rebecca know what the deal is with that. And the winner of the stamps is Hannah Emerson. No, we are not giving the stamps away to the person that made the stamps. We're not gonna do that. That was funny. It's late and I'm tired. Um, I think these stamps are quite awesome, and I'd love for them to go to somebody that actually would appreciate the stamps. Again, first day cover. Shout out to my step grandfather, Vernon. He passed away in '95, in my last year of high school. He was a stamp and coin collector, and I think it's just so cool. His stamp collection went missing when he passed away, which obviously I think about it all the time. It's just somebody took it when he didn't come home from the hospital, which is upsetting. But I have a stamp collection now, sort of in his honor, and that's why I do what I do, Hannah. That's why I bought so many, just because I want to honor him and also amplify your work, as well as the very thematic ocean, the lionfish, the seahorse, the shipwreck. I'm still the chairman of the shipwreck authority, so that's pretty nice. And then the hermit crab. So I would say that if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on the replay, and you're interested in these stamps, just send me a message, send me a DM, send me an email, weldon.wade@gmail.com, and just say, hey, I'm interested in the stamps, and I'll get these to you. I just don't want to just give them away and they go to somebody that doesn't really appreciate the art. So I'm happy to open the floor and take any questions. Again, this is we're having a conversation. It is community. Yeah, YouTube University is great. Coursera is great as well. I'm doing an online course through Coursera, and I'm also looking at maybe doing a degree. It's pretty fascinating to have spent time with the dean of university, and we had a chat, and she pretty much told me about a month and a half ago. She was like, you can get your bachelor's in communication, marketing, whatever, in 6 months. And I was like, really? How? She's like, well, you've got so much lived experience. Or you do, go to the Bermuda College, get proctored, do your whatever's, and if you got the 48, 58 grand, you can have your degree going into the new year. I was like, wow. But I don't know. I don't think I really need a degree right now. I'm just already doing so much. JD, thank you so much for your time, energy, attention, and support. Thank you for that. Hannah, if you're still in the live, thank you so much for that. So how's this been? How's the quality? How's the audio? Super rusty. I didn't even prepare. Um, Everything's sort of just still been here from the last show. I did tidy up a little bit, but I need to get like a lava lamp or something, or like rearrange my books, make it look fresh. Um, Hey, Egypt. So, Jessica and I are not starting the Wade in the Water podcast again. This is the new show. It's the Ripple Effect. Maybe Jessica and I will do this again. But this is the new show. This is the new branding. I'm just waiting for my team to finish up all the assets and things to make it what the Wade in the Water show was. And the Wade in the Water live show was not natively a podcast. It was this live show's audio extracted the podcast. So we're going to do the exact same thing. But certainly shout out to Jessica Lee, who was my co-host for the Wade in the Water live show out of Texas. So we made it happen. Like, she was an hour behind. She was busy, and we ended up doing it for 22, 23 weeks. That's crazy. So no, we are not starting the Wade in the Water podcast again. The new show is called The Ripple Effect. Beth, how are you? Very informative. I like the windy site. Enjoyed using it during the storm last year. Yes. Yes. You were in Bermuda. We went through that. Right. Oh, wow. That's been a year. Holy cow. Hope you're well. Let's go back to windy. Hold on. Let me bring that up real quick. Yeah. This thing was making me a little bit nervous. I know you guys could tell. Um, let's go. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's do. So Beth is, I believe, in London. Um, where are we going to, Beth? This. Oh, what is all this? Where are you to, Beth? London. Wow, London's big. So I was in Southwark. Oh, wow. Right here. Wow. I never did get to dive the river. Cornwall Road. The Hampton Still Sunday. I don't know what that means, Beth. What does this mean? Oh. Oh, okay. But where? Southwark, Compton, wherever the Huxton was. This is crazy. I just don't. Where's the church thing? Beth, we walked. We walked a lot. We could do. I don't know. Well, gotta get back. Gotta get my bearings. Any questions, anyone, before I get off the live? Super fun. I love doing these. I'm gonna run a quick TBI ad. I still have some stuff up from the last show. Check it out. Check it out. It's cool how everything's sort of been maintained. So Egypt, I know you missed the Wade in the Water show. I got a couple overlays I could throw up. That's stock. But then we did the on-camera background. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, we still got the old assets. I'm just learning how to navigate this thing. I don't know. Oh, I gotta. It's funny. Always improve, always evolve, never give up. Let's run an ad.
So I got a message on social media letting me know that there was some debris here at Admiralty Park Beach. So I stood up an event on Facebook, invited a bunch of friends to meet me here after work, and we dove for debris. I mean, the ocean connects us all. To me, it's one big blue ocean. Ultimately, if I throw a piece of trash or a piece of trash ends up in the ocean, it could float anywhere. And in fact, most of the debris that washes up in Bermuda is long-range foreign trash that has come from anywhere as far as West Africa or even Japan. Everything just swirls around and ends up on our shores. So we're all connected, whether we recognize it or not. Documenting all the work that we do is very, very important. And taking photographs and shooting video and even going live during these exercises is such a phenomenal thing because it opens up to the world the effort that we're doing. And in fact, most of the time we catalog the debris that we catch and put that into an online database. And just TBI facilitates all of that, whether it's going live on site, taking photographs and creating an album on Facebook, or posting all of our photographs to Instagram. It's just valuable, and having the internet opens up what we're doing to the world. My name is Weldon Wade. I'm a diver, educator, and advocate for ocean sustainability.
I don't know if the audio was playing during that. Was the audio playing during that? I do not know. Shout out to Taylor Bermuda International. Proud to serve as an ambassador for TBI. Thank you so much for the flawless bandwidth. Thank you so much for all the support. And great. I'm happy. Yeah, good. Good. Because what it did is it muted the mic and then I didn't hear anything. So I was a little bit worried. But thanks, Nakor. Nakor, where are you in the world? Now that we're talking in BFT now, whatever that, what are we? We're talking in BFT. I don't know. Where are you? You're connected through Facebook, which is great. Cavello Bay, like Bermuda. Wicked. Cool. I didn't know where you were. I don't. Everyone's. It's just like a global situation. Wicked. Y'all do ass down there. Hold on. What are we doing? Cavello Bay. Log into this here. Cavello Bay, Bermuda. Is it going to take us there? I thought this works like Google Earth. It doesn't want to do that. Okay. Okay, maybe that was too specific. Okay, Cavello Bay is all this way. We're going to track you down right here. Cavello Bay, as far as I know. Cavello Bay, as far as I know. Yes, right out here. Okay, I helped build a dock out here. Oh, help, I showed up. You guys communicate with light flashes, huh? Okay. I thought you guys used so Cavello Bay is right here, and then the Coast Guard HQ right there. All right. Coast Guard HQ is right here. See, I'm from St. George's, so this here just looks foreign. Let's take it up a notch out here. We're not doing that. I don't know what Wendy was doing. I'm an earther. We Google our stuff out here. Fern Gully. Oh yeah, I was in Jamaica. I was looking at something. We Google Earth out here. Come on, Bamif. See, I think I'm doing a stream and it's all right. Can I see? Is this view good or we do we like? No, we want to see more of it, not me. So we'll stick with that. So Cavallo Bay. Imagery date. Huh. And then Coast Guard HQ come to cop match next year. Huh? What you talking about? I was at cop match. And I will be next year as well. So there it is. Bermuda Coast Guard base. Oh, that's not the view that I want. Here we go. Coast Guard base is right there. What is this is right there. Yes. The bay looks really clear. As in like 2 boats. Oh, I see what you're saying. Don't worry, I know they last pretty well, but once I have to pass Bond's Corner, I gotta carry my passport because things get a little tricky. Rays, turtles, and herons, porcupine fish. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, the Coast Guard. I don't know. What's this? What's this little thing? Like a cannon little thing? Hey, JD, I got a lot of stuff in your yard back here. So this. All these boats. Yeah, these boats are. What's this? That looks like it's sinking. What you do with all this yard? You guys play like golf? What do you need all that yard for? Put some solar panels or something out there. What about all this? What do you use all this for? It's a lot of open space. Don't give me the 2 eyes. Put a pool or something. Or like, throw some parties. A lot of space. That's all it is. What's this? A lot of space out there, Bastian, you know. A lot of space, especially where's that area where we guys did the clean up that time? Yes. Lodge Point Park. I want to buy this. Can I just buy the whole park? Turn it into like an eco thing. That or just take over Daniel's head. That makes more sense. JD, we're gonna just take it over. Just take it over. Just this is an abandoned eco resort, by the way. Somebody's turned this piece into a scrambling track and then burned down one. You can sell right there. They burned it down. It's pretty sad, the whole situation. But this is government land and it's called Daniel's Head, but it was called 9 beaches because there's 9 beaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. JD and I is gonna just take it over though. JD, I'm gonna just get a couple dogs. We can't beat her the whole time, but put a new fence up, cross her, and then just get some dogs and feed them gunpowder and just make sure they, actually now we're just gonna take we're gonna start at the gate. At the gate. Nobody gets through there. Yep. And just pure Rottweilers roaming up and down. If you don't know the secret language and the secret words, you get bit. That's it. At least 30 Rottweilers. You might take one out, but you're not going to take out 30. Try it. Either way, that's our plan. You heard it first. We are going to call it JD's Villa. You got Bermuda? Where you staying? JD's Villa. Villa? Yes. Which one? Well, there's 100. Pick which one you want to stay in. And what do you want to face? That way, that way, that way. Which beach you want? You got so many beaches. Anyway, it's late and I'm going crazy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. The Ripple Effect, Season 1, Episode 1, The Calm Before the Storm. We will talk more tomorrow. I might see you guys tomorrow. We've covered tonight all of the tools. We've also covered some solar generators. We've covered what the media is saying. We went way off script talking about like illegally taking land, which we're not gonna do. Shout out to Roberta Tucker and the BLDC family. Stand down. Do not send them after me. I'm totally kidding. Shout out to Hannah Emerson who jumped on the live. And again, if you're interested in these stamps, I'm not just going to give them away randomly. Let me know if you're interested, and I'm happy to do that. Now, in terms of calls to action, please, follow me on Instagram. I'm very active over there. I'm not so much active on Facebook these days, but yeah, just show a little bit of love. It doesn't cost anything. It helps the channel, helps the stuff grow. If you're here on YouTube, just subscribe. It doesn't hurt. There's at least a couple of people over there. And I'll just kind of see how StreamYard works. And Roseanne, Beth, Nakora, JD, Egypt. Thank you so much for taking your time out tonight. And I might do this again tomorrow. I'll give everyone ample notice. We'll have some more giveaways. And just have fun and talk more about it. I might actually go live on site. I might actually go live through my phone from a beach and just kind of broadcast there as well. So open for questions, suggestions. And look, you guys, if any of you guys want to go live, you guys want to kind of know what I use, what I do, just ask. And if you want to borrow equipment, you want to borrow a webcam, borrow the mic, like take it. I don't want to be the only Bermudian out here doing this stuff. I want to encourage everybody, like, use your phone, use your pods. You don't need all this fancy stuff. You don't need a dedicated room with soundproofing. And you don't need the mic and the stand. It's not necessary. You just share what you know, and encourage more people to come to Bermuda and visit Bermuda. And just bring value in all spaces, and take that bold, brave leap of faith and put yourself out there. I don't want to be the only one out here doing this like this. It's a bit lonely out here. So it'd be great to do more collaboratively in the ocean space. So I'm looking forward to seeing that come to fruition. Until next time, beautiful people, be good, be well, be safe, and life is short. Take care.